This podcast episode contains adult language, mature situations, main characters being given a second chance, time travel paradoxes, the awesomeness of Oendan clubs, high school social pyramids, concerned teachers, and seeing lost loved ones again. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 291. Here's to a second chance at high school. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and varying reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. This is your host Zan saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjour, what's up? Yes, we're back for another fun-filled episode of the podcast. And before I go any further, us! Gotta say that just because this manga is about saying us a lot. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. Every episode I'll talk about one or two manga titles, say the pros and cons about it, how the characters are, the art design is, how the author interpreted things, and if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be informative, educational, entertaining, and impartial as possible. Now, if you want to hear some of our other episodes, you can check them out at www.spiraken.com, where we have, besides our manga review, we have our movie review, game review, TV review, con review, and all the other lovely podcasts we've had there for the last 9 years and several months. Now, if you want to check us out on other social media sites, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, Player.fm, Stitcher, YouTube, and so many more social media sites. I can't remember them, but they're all in the show notes. And if you want to look for us, just look for Spiraken, Spiraken. And if you want to email me, if you have a question or comment or concern, or if you want to just promote a manga, Zan, that's Xan, at Spiraken.com is the best way you can reach me, or you can try Spiraken at gmail.com. So now that is out of the way, let's get to the podcast at hand, shall we? So, if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga and dictated on to be reviewing another manga that was written by Mitsuro Kubo, the author of Moteki, and a writer who worked on Yuri on Ice, which is something I didn't mention last episode. And they are at it again, releasing a new manga, which literally just came out about 2 weeks ago, and I've got to say, when I picked it up at Anime Boston, I didn't think it would be as good or as interesting as it was, but it was actually pretty intriguing, because this is one which is really popular, and more importantly than that, is one that they made a live-action J-drama based on. But the original manga came out in 2011 and it ended in 2014. There are 12 volumes, and it is a shonen comedy time travel series that was published by Kodansha and released over here by Kodansha Comics, even though Vertical Comics is the one that's actually promoting it. So it's kind of weird. It's like, is it a Vertical title or is it a Kodansha title? Well, it is a shonen, so we're going to assume it is actually by shonen. And apparently there's a bunch of cops going by. What's going on there? Oh, sorry, there's a fire truck. That's not good. Anyway, not by here, so that's not an issue. But, so this manga is a pretty engaging story called Again. And it is the story of Kenichiro Inamura, a guy who is going to his high school graduation, and his high school experience has sucked. Because of his first day at school, he has had no friends, he's been considered a bully and a delinquent, and he's just pretty much had an ostracizing and very poor high school experience, and it is now his graduation. And he doesn't want to graduate. He's depressed. He said he has nothing lined up for him. He has no college goals. He has no work goals. He's just going to work at it. And as he's going to his graduation, remembering his dead grandmother, which he cares about, and I can relate with that, especially with how my year's been, he bumps into a classmate of his named Akira Fujienda, a girl who bumps into him, recognizes him, and then is confused as to what is his deal. He's like, oh, he's a delinquent, isn't he? He's just some weirdo. And he doesn't think about it, but then he goes to class. Goes to his graduation, and he graduates, and no one is there for him. He had made no friends. His mom is working, and kind of sucks. He has his long blonde hair, and that's all he's got. But he remembers that when he first came to school, that first entrance ceremony, there was a very loud and just a bombastic and amazing lady who sang the school song. And she was part of the Oendan Club. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong and I do apologize, but the Oendans are a kind of like cheerleaders, but not. let me look up the exact term for what an Oendan is. It is the cheering squad or the cheering section. They're these like guys who they're like cheerleaders, but their job is they make lots of noise with taiko drums, blowing horns, waving flags, and yelling through microphones in support of your team, as opposed to using acrobatic moves and things like that. They just shout and they scream. And this one girl was the captain of the team, and he doesn't remember what happened to her. But he thinks, you know what? Maybe if I actually joined that club, maybe it would have been cool. So I'm going to go check out the club because the club disappeared 3 years ago. He doesn't know why. He gets to the old club room. He tries breaking in, and then someone sees him breaking into this room, and this is the same girl he bumped into earlier. Because this is the kind of the West building, which is the crummy where all the reject clubs go to. So he turns around. He sees the girl, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were doing so." Because she thinks he's breaking into the room to like maybe steal something or burn the place down. She freaks out, like, "Wait, hold on, I wasn't doing anything bad, I just was," and she screams pervert and runs away, and then the next thing he knows, he hears a thud. It's like, what the hell? You okay? He looks, she fell down the stairs, and there's a pool of blood pooling from the floor, and he's like, "Oh God, what happened? I gotta go down to make sure she's okay," and as he goes down the stairs to run, he trips on top of the flowers that she was carrying, falls down, and falls on top of her, and probably breaks his neck. And as he's dying slowly, it's like, damn it, I knew it. I knew it. Nothing good ever comes to whenever I try socializing. Every damn time. Because he's pretty sure he's going to die. He's like, "Everybody, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do." And then he hears, "Kin-chan, time to get up. Kin-chan, you'll be late for school." He's like, "Whoa. Oh, I guess I was dreaming. And then he hears, "Hurry up and eat your breakfast. It's leftover curry from last night." "We didn't have curry last night." And he walks into the living room, and his grandma's there eating miso soup, and his mom is there, and she's a shorter hair and a little bit heavier, and he's like, "Grandma, wait, what the? How are you here? Mom, you lost weight? What? You gained weight? What's going on?" He's confused, and he's like, "What do you mean I gotta go to school? I don't have to go to school. I graduated." He's like, "Well, you wouldn't want to be late on your first day." Turns out he went back in time 3 years. And as he goes back in time, he sees things that he took for granted. Like early on when he's walking from school to school in the beginning, he finds out that his neighbor's dog died. And as he's walking, he sees the dog still alive as a puppy. And the owner is like, "Oh, remember you got to feed Poochie today." He's entering into school, and a teacher who kind of gave him shit but was not a bad teacher stops him. And he says, "Hey, buddy, I know it's true we foster independence in our students by not being strict, but what's the deal with your blonde hair? Are you a rebel or something?" And Inamura thinks, "Wait, when this happened last time, I freaked out and they thought I was a delinquent. So maybe," and he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, I know I'm not breaking any rules, aren't I? I mean, I'm not a delinquent, and it's not a problem with society. It's just I had the blonde hair." He's like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Well, I'm the guidance counselor here. Have a nice day." And then he goes to harass someone else. Like, I guess that guy wasn't a prick. So he goes through and he sees all the kids in school, and he's thinking about all of them. How each one of them changed over time. How one broke his leg in the first year of baseball and he could never play again. One joined a club, and then she just failed miserably. Another one was the hardest working student in the year, and she failed her entrance exams. And then she killed herself. And then one guy's house caught on fire. And everyone's so hopeful about starting high school, but it's not going to work out. And he thinks it's a dream. He just wants to wake up. And then suddenly, the Oendan club shows up, and he sees the girl, and he's like, "Wait a minute, this is pretty cool." Even though the girl's the only one there's no other members of the Oendan club. And he figures, you know what, I'm going to go talk to her and ask her the question I wanted to ask 3 years ago. Because if I've gone back 3 years, I can ask that question I want to ask. And she immediately sees him and says, "Hey, buddy, nice hair. I like it. You'd be perfect for this club. Why don't you join us?" And last time he ran away and freaked, but he said, "You know what? Is it fun to be in the Oendan?" And she immediately grabs him and says, "Of course it's fun. You want to join. You really do. You need to join. Come on, you want to join? You want to join? Here's a new member. Hooray!" And you're like, "Wait, what?" And as she's talking to him and saying, "Oh my God, this is a dream. This has to be a dream. This has to be a dream," someone bumps him and says, Hey, Amora, good job pushing me down the stairs." It's like, wait, you're alive? Wait, no, I didn't push you. You fell on your own. Wait. We fell on the stairs. Then that wasn't a dream. He's like, well, I thought I was gonna die, and thanks to you, we've gone back 3 years. So now both of them have gone back in time, and they have to relive their high school life. And on the one hand, it's cool to go back in time. However, with the current knowledge, they don't think about how their current knowledge affects things. Like, for example, Fujieda, one of her friends from school, shows up and offers to give her the CD she promised to borrow. And it was a CD that she had, and she's like, "Oh, I kind of like this group. I don't really remember it. I remember that they broke up, and I got really sick of them. But sorry, I mean, I really like this. Thank you." So she's coming off as a bitch, and her friend's like, "Wait, she's a bitch." Also, her boyfriend is with his ex because they haven't broken up yet. So she goes to talk to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's like, "Who the hell are you? Why are you bothering me? I don't like girls like you. Get the fuck away from me." And so her life is going to hell. And, Mora is kind of having, to bring up the last manga we talked about, a Moteki, the happy time of his life, because he's in school and he's actually socializing. And he wants to make the Oendan the best club possible. And at first he tries to put posters up and make her the captain an idol. The problem is the captain, Yoshiko Usami, does not want to be made an idol. She doesn't want to be like the cheerleading club, so she gets pissed off and kicks him out of the club. And now the cheerleading club wants him to join their group because they think he's part of the club. And then you find out that in the future, they actually absorb and destroy the Oendan club. So now it is a war between these two clubs, and he's involved with it. And at first, he finds that they're trying to manipulate him, and they just start laughing because he's like, this is fucking entertaining. I didn't have this shit when I was alone. This is actually like a whole plot. I love this, but I'm not going to let the Oendan Club fail. So now he has made it his mission to bring back the Oendan Club. And will he bring back the Oendan Club? Well, you have to read and see. And this is compelling and interesting because it's a very unique take on time travel. It's not I time travel because I want to. It's we've screwed up in time travel and now we have to go back and just try to relive and figure out what's going on. Because on the one hand, it could be they actually went back in time. The other option is that they're both dying. We don't know. We could find out, but I'm going to go with the positive that they probably are alive and they are in the past. And this is one of those mangas that subvert your expectations so much. You think it's going to go one way, then it twists it because you think, oh, he's going to find out that the girl's berating him and using him, and then he's going to get pissed off. He's like, no, he's actually having fun doing this. And it's charming, too, because Mora is not a bad guy. He just looked like a delinquent. He had long hair, blonde, and he was just kind of just shy. And now he's blossoming. He's going into his own. And then Fujieda, she's someone who's now stuck in the past. She has the knowledge she has in the present, but things aren't working out for her, so she has to find a new path because her path has changed. Now, the villain of the series, Tamiki Abe, the school cheerleading club captain, she is just a horrible, conniving bitch who is willing to let anybody do her bidding and get in trouble so she can get her goal. She pretty much makes this one character a honeypot and says, "You know what? Cut your hair. No, cut your hair to look like her, and then we can set them up, and then it'll work out." And she's just merciless, like a mean girl. So I am intrigued to see where this goes. So because of the art, and the art style is just as good as Moteki, and Mitsuro Kubo's design is on point. So I've got to say, this manga, again, by Kodansha Comics, is another really, really, really fucking cool. If you don't read this now, your brain will freeze, your eyes will slow up, and your soul will be forfeit to the great Zomo Gustar. It's a great story. I can't wait to see where it goes, and it's very well paced. I gotta see what happens later on. I may review the next chapter or next volume. If the next volume is good, I'll keep that going. But this first volume is a really, really, really fucking cool. So, with that in mind, if you want to listen to our review of Moteki, or if you want to hear some of our other reviews, you can check them out at www.spiraken.com. And with that in mind, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the Wheel of Manga. whatever number it lands on, each of the numbers has a manga title connected to it. So that number's manga is what I'm going to review in the next episode. And now we're going to spin that one, not only the wheel of manga, and see what we're going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. So let's spin and see. Number 9. Cool. So, in the next episode, we're going to be reviewing A Silent Voice. I think this is based off the movie, or the movie was based off of this. Well, I'll find out, and then I'll tell you in the next episode. Episode 292 on the 25th this Wednesday. And then, speaking of which, on the 26th, I'm going to see Avengers Infinity War. And since I've just joined Stardust, I'm going to be putting a Stardust review. So, check that out. I'm going to put the Stardust link in the review for Avengers Infinity Wars, the mini review, but I gotta stop promoting that. And, before I forget, final thing. I got an email from Anime Next, and all of my panels have been accepted. So we've got 6 panels for Anime Next. And I'm doing them over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be a crazy weekend. So, guess that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Zan, saying, I'm Gonzville. Read more manga.
Here we go, take a chance again. La 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 la.